Check mic test. Mic test. Microphone testing. Test. Oh, yep. Testing. 1, 2. Test. See if we're doing all right. Making sure we got this thing up and working. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. We just got a new system up here to do the streaming from, a little bit of a better camera and a better scorebug for you guys. So if you guys can hear me, just go ahead and put something in the chat letting me know that you guys can hear me.
spectators. We request your total cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments, other than actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, or any other team representatives will not be tolerated and may be grounds for removal from the ballpark. No smoking permitted in the seating areas of Moxie Stadium. The beer shack is located behind the stadium. Anyone drinking during the game must have a wristband. There are no exceptions. If you are seen without a wristband and drinking alcohol during Braves games, you will be removed from the ballpark. At the silence of the starting lineups for the visiting Lumberjacks, leading off and playing center field is number 1, Isaiah Landry. Batting second is the shortstop, number 5, Brennan White. Batting third over at third base, number 23, Gregory Mello. In the cleanup spot, it's the right fielder, number 31, Shadar Brown. Batting fifth, the DH, number 9, Caleb Henry. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 8, Quentin Jenkins. Batting seventh, it's the first baseman, number 16, Jorge Santana III. Batting eighth, it's the starting catcher, number 21, Nick Pax. And batting ninth for the Jacks, number 26, Spencer Williams. He'll be in the left field, and the starting pitcher for Covington, wearing number 15 out of San Antonio, Texas, and Temple College, is the sophomore, Gabriel Gutierrez, number 15. for your Staunton Braves. Leading off and playing shortstop, wearing number 30, Jacob Lester. Batting second, the second baseman, number 34, Tim Dickinson. Batting third and doing the catching, number 12, Logan Cockrell. In the cleanup spot, the first baseman, wearing number 35, Noah Canterbury. Batting fifth, the third baseman, wearing number 28, Cameron Cole. Batting sixth and playing center field, number 38, Zach Horn. Batting seventh, it's the right fielder, number 41, A.J. Winrick. Batting eighth, it's the designated hitter, number 36, Brett Wamsley. Batting ninth, it's the left fielder, wearing number 27, Gage Bybee. The starting pitcher for the Braves, wearing number 11, out of Franklin, Tennessee, Eli Lamb. The head coach for the Braves is Brady Bogart. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and read your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. That was Jack and Davis Reed.
So the national anthem sung by Jack and Davis Reed, who had the pregame concert before tonight's contest.
Throwing out tonight's first pitch is Macy Seal. She is a rising 8th grader at Shelburne Middle School, playing for the Augusta County Babe Ruth, who is fundraising for her first tournament with the DC Force at the Rifkin Experience in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Firing home. Is across the plate and calling a strike.
So it's a ceremonial first pitch. It's in there for a strike. Eli Lamb will now toe the rubber for the Braves and get warm before his second start of the season. Doing the catching tonight for the Braves, L.T. Cockrell. Over at first base, Noah Canterbury. At second base, Tim Dickinson. At third, Cameron Cole. At short, Jacob Lester. In left, Gage Bybee. In center, Zach Horn. And in right, A.J. Wenrich. That is the Braves defense for tonight.
Sponsored by Locks Home Furnishing.
Leading things off for the Covington Lumberjacks is Isaiah Landry. He's followed by Brennan Wright, Gregory Mello, Chanar Brown, Caleb Henry, Quentin Jenkins, Jorge Santana III, Nick Past, and Spencer Williams. get ready to get set here at John Moxey Stadium for another beautiful night out here in Staunton, Virginia. Eli Lamb making it, like I said earlier, making his second start of the season for the Braves. Head coach Brady Bogart's been putting him in starting situations. Out of Georgia Southern University, he's made 3 appearances so far with the Braves. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 6 hits, and a 7.71 ERA for Eli Lamb. As that'll bring up now Isaiah Landry out of Alabama State University. Batting 125 so far this season for the Lumberjacks. As here's the first pitch from Lamb, and Landry takes the fastball up high for ball 1. So like I said earlier, we got a new little new camera system up here at John Moxey Stadium. I'm trying to, it's doing stuff on its own here. But it looks all right so far. As the second pitch of the at-bat is in there for strike 1. Sorry, third pitch as the count now runs 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss from Isaiah Landry, evens up the count now at 2-2. Lamb comes set, he's got his pitch. The 2-2 delivery. Got him swinging for strike 3. A good slider from Eli Lamb. Gets Isaiah Landry to chase, and we got ourselves a first out here in the first inning.
With 1 down, brings up the shortstop, number 5, Brennan Light.
So Isaiah Landry goes down swinging for the out number 1. As the first pitch to Brennan Wright is in there. Figured out what was going on. It wasn't doing it by itself. Have a guy up here helping us out with the cameras. He was trying to mess with it. Trying to figure out how to get the glare out of the way for you guys. As the second pitch to Wright is taken high and outside for ball 1. So 1-1 now the count to Brennan Wright, the shortstop tonight for the Lumberjacks. The 1-1 is in there for strike 2. So nice off-speed pitch from Eli Lamb. Kind of froze Brennan Wright. Here's the 1-2 as that ball is flared out in the left field. That'll catch some grass. So a bloop single for Brennan Wright. Puts a runner on first base and 1 out here in the top of the first. As that'll bring up Gregory Mello, the third baseman tonight for the Covington Lumberjacks.
Gregory Mello.
The first pitch to Mello drops in there for strike 1. The 0-1 swung at and missed in the dirt by Mello. So that runs the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. A good off-speed pitch from Eli Lamb. Got Mello to chase, and he's ahead in the count now. No balls, 2 strikes, runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the first. As that ball is flared out in the right field, that will get out of play. We'll do it again at 0-2. Lamb comes set. Here's the pitch. And Mello will take a fastball low for ball one. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Lumberjacks 3-hole hitter. As that ball is in the dirt, blocked by LT Cockrell. But Brennan Wright stole the bag. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now a runner on second following the stolen base. As the Lumberjacks find themselves here with a scoring opportunity in the top of the first. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung at and missed for strike 3. Held on by LT Cockrell. And we got 2 down now in the top of the first.
Brings up the right fielder, number 31, Sheena Brown.
As that'll bring up Chanar Brown. He's holding down right field tonight for the Lumberjacks. He steps into the right-handed batter's box now with a runner on second base and 2 outs. First pitch of the at-bat's a fastball that catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Lamb comes set, takes a peek over it, right at second base. Takes another peek. The 0-1 off speed, misses high for ball 1. So 1-1 now the count to the Lumberjacks cleanup hitter. One and catches the outside part of the plate for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Chanar Brown. And Eli Lamb is looking to keep that runner stranded at second base. He comes set. He'll take a peek back at right at second base. The 1-2 delivery. Swung at and missed for strike 3. So Eli Lamb faces 4 batters, 1 hit, no runs, 1 left on base, and 3 strikeouts for Lamb as we go into the bottom of the first, tied at 0-0.
Number 30, Jacob Lester. Number 30.
So leading us off here in the bottom of the first is Jacob Lester, shortstop for tonight's game. He's followed by Tim Dickinson, LT Cockerill, Noah Canterbury, as Lester takes the first pitch for ball one. Batting fifth is Cameron Cole. Sixth is Zach Horn. Seventh, A.J. Wenrich. Batting eighth, Brett Wamsley doing the DHing tonight. And batting ninth and left, Gage Bybee. Is Lester grounds that ball back up the middle, and he reaches safely on an infield single. So leadoff single here for the Braves in the bottom of the first. Puts a runner on first base for Tim Dickinson.
Brings up the second baseman, number 34, Tim Dickinson. Number 34.
Gabriel Gutierrez towing the rubber tonight for the Covington Lumberjacks. Nick Pass doing the catching. Jorge Santana the third over at first. Quentin Jenkins at second. Gregory Mello at third. Brendan Wright at short as Dickinson squares around and pulls back, but it's strike one. Brendan Wright at short. Spencer Williams in left. Isaiah Landry in center. And Shanar Brown in right. So 0-1 the count now to Tim Dickinson. He'll take the second pitch of the at-bat outside for ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike now. Runner goes. He got a massive jump, but step off, and the throw goes into center field. So Jacob Lester will make it all the way to third after he took off really early there. Gabriel Gutierrez did the right thing, stepped off the mound and threw it back to second, but it threw it over the head of Brendan Wright, who was holding the bag at second. The throw got into center field. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to Tim Dickinson. Three balls, 1 strike now to Dickinson after that fastball missed low and away. Three balls, 1 strike to Dickinson. Runner on third base, and he walks. So runners on first and third now for catcher LT Cockerill. So he steps in the right-handed batter's box and takes the first pitch low for ball one. Braves with an opportunity to get ahead in this game. Runners on first and third now. The 1-0 in there for strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the Braves' 3-hole hitter Cockerill. Runner goes, no throw from the catcher. And Tim Dickinson is on second base with a defensive indifference. My favorite stat to put in the book, defensive indifference. So second and third now, nobody out for Cockerill. 2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. And that catches Cockerill, looked like on the jersey. So Cockerill's on first with a hit-by pitch, and now the bases are loaded for cleanup hitter Noah Canterbury.
Brings up the first baseman, number 35, Noah Canterbury. Number 35.
Canterbury, a Fairmont State University guy, steps into the left-handed batter's box now with the bases juiced. He'll take the first pitch for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 as that ball is grounded to the right side, fielded by Jose Santana III. He'll make the play over to first base for the out, but the Braves score 1.
Brings up the third baseman, number 28, Cameron Cole. Number 28.
So the runners advance on the fielder's choice. As that'll bring up Cameron Cole now with 1 out and runners on second and third. He'll take the first pitch, an off-speed pitch. Catches part of the plate for strike 1. Braves lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Runners on second and third, still 1 out. That ball is fouled back for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. That off-speed pitch misses high for ball 1. Braves looking to maximize their damage here. They had bases loaded, nobody out. They got 1. They're looking to get more. The 1-2 pitch is lined down the left field line and fair past the diving attempt of Gregory Mello. 1 run comes across easy. Here comes Dickinson, and he is out at the plate. Sorry, Cockrell is out at the plate. A good relay from Spencer Williams to Gregory Mello. Gets the second out of the inning. As Cameron Cole reaches second base on the throw.
Brings up the center fielder, Zach Horn, number 38.
Zach Horn will step into the box now. And Horn will take the first pitch for strike 1. Second pitch misses outside for ball 1. The 1-1 foul off to the left side over by the picnic tables. As the count runs now 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Braves center fielder, Zach Horn. Braves have bases loaded, nobody out. They've pleated 2 of them so far. LT Cockrell was thrown out at the plate on a nice relay from the Lumberjacks as that ball is grounded to shortstop Brennan Wright. He'll make the throw over to first in time for out number 3. But not before the Braves get 2. At the end of 1, Braves lead the Lumberjacks 2-0.
Leading things off for the Lumberjacks at he is Caleb Henry.
So Caleb Henry will get us led off here in the top of the second. Designated hitter tonight for the Lumberjacks. He swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it off to the left side for strike one. Caleb Henry out of Georgia Southwestern State University, a junior from Tallahassee, Florida. The 0-1 misses high for ball one. He's batting .416 so far this year for the Lumberjacks, so this guy's definitely putting the ball in play as he takes a big swing and a miss. And a fastball up for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's batting .417, 1 double. 7 RBIs so far. Looks like LT Cockrell got a little mixed up on that, as that pitch makes it all the way to the backstop for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Caleb Henry. Eli Lamb comes set, the pitch. That ball grounded to the left side, fielded by shortstop Jacob Lester, and he'll throw on to first base for out number 1. So 1 out here in the top of the second, and that'll bring up Quentin Jenkins, second baseman tonight for the Lumberjacks. Jenkins, a freshman out of Alabama State University from Nolensville, Tennessee. He steps into the box now with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the second. First pitch from Lamb is a curveball in there for strike 1. The 0-1 swung at and missed by Jenkins for strike 2. And Eli Lamb is ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Hesitation. The 0-2 misses low for ball 1. Looked like Lamb tried to pull a little Johnny Cueto action out on the mound. A little front foot hesitation action. This count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch misses high for ball 2. So Jenkins, after falling behind in the count, 0-2, takes a look at 2 fastballs out of the zone and evens up the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Lamb. Fastball in there for strike 3. Got him looking. LT Cockrell will throw that one around after Quentin Jenkins has sat down looking for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Jorge Santana III. Holding down first base tonight for the Lumberjacks. First pitch to Santana is in there for strike 1. A good off-speed pitch, as that is his second straight at-bat. He has started off with a curveball dropped into the zone. Lamb comes set. The 0-1 delivery. Another curveball grounded right back at Lamb. He'll field it himself and flip it over to Canterbury at first base to end the top of the second. Lamb gets the Lumberjacks to go 1-2-3. We go into the bottom of the second. Braves lead it 2-0. So as we get ready to get things started here in the bottom of the second with A.J. Wenrich. We'll lead off the bottom of the second here. Braves played it 2 in the first. Looking to do some more damage here as there's a big swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch from Wenrich for strike 1. The 0-1 is driven into center field, but Isaiah Landry is under it for the first out. Oh, he got down? Oh, I'm a mess. I'm sorry, that ball got down for a single. I thought he got under it. It looked like his glove got above his head. Dropped in front of him. Oh, my goodness. All right, so runner on first and nobody out after the leadoff single. That ball is fouled off to the right side for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike now to Brett Walmsley, who's DHing tonight for the Braves as he takes a look at strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to the Braves' designated hitter. The pitch is popped foul over toward the Lumberjack bullpen. If you're just tuning in, Braves lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Leadoff single by A.J. Wenrich. He stands on first base and nobody out as that ball is fouled by Walmsley to stay alive with an 0-2 count. As that ball gets Walmsley, and runners are now at first and second with nobody out for Gage Bybee. And I got to be honest, that is the absolute worst for a pitcher when you're ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and you plunk the batter. That is not a good feeling as runners are now at first and second with nobody out for the Braves. As Gage Bybee steps into the box, he squares around a bunt, pulls back at a fastball high for ball 1. Third baseman Gregory Mello in on the grass now after Bybee showed bunt. He'll probably do it again here. He squares around, pushes it down the first baseline, but foul for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the Braves left fielder, a 9-hole hitter. The 1-1 squared around again. This time he gets it down, pushes it back to the pitcher, Gabriel Gutierrez, and he'll flip it to Quentin Jenkins, who was over covering the first base bag for the first out of the second inning.
Back to the top of the order for the Braves, the shortstop number 30, Jacob Lester.
So as we switch things around now to the top of the Braves order with Jacob Lester, he'll step into the box with runners on second and third and 1 out after Gage Bybee does a nice job doing his job getting that sac bunt down. First pitch to Lester is low for ball 1. Want to know now the count to Jacob Lester, who singled in his first at-bat. See, he pops that one foul up over the press box for strike 1. One now the count. delivery. Misses low and outside for ball 2. As that runs the count now, 2 balls, 1 strike. Jacob Lester from Trevecca Nazarene University. He's got a .296 batting average so far this season with the Braves. He's appeared in 9 games so far. He's got 2 RBIs, looking to tack on 2 more with the base hit here. As that pitch misses low and in for ball 3. So Lester in the box now with a 3-1 count. Looking to do some damage here. Here's the pitch from Gabriel Gutierrez as that ball is grounded to the left side, fielded by Braden Wright. He'll make the throw over to first, but it gets away from the first baseman, Jorge Santana, and both runs will score. Waiting for the official word from the scorekeeper here on what it's going to be. Lester's on with an E6. And both runs score.
Brings up the second baseman, number 34, Tim Dickinson.
So the error by Brennan Wright costly as 2 more runs come across for the Braves, and they lead it 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. As Tim Dickinson steps into the box now and fouls the first pitch he sees into the backstop for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the second. As Dickinson lines that one into center field, and that one will get down into the wall. Jacob Lester is going to score pretty easily, as the score is now 5-0 Braves. Nice RBI double off the bat at Tim Dickinson. Extends the Braves' lead here in the bottom of the second.
Brings up the catcher, number 12, Logan Caprow.
So Dickinson and Lester swap places at second base after the RBI double, and LT Cockrell will step into the box now with Dickinson on second. And it looks like there's a mound visit now for the Covington Lumberjacks. So after the mound visit, LT Cockrell will step into the box now with a runner on second base and only 1 out in the bottom of the second. Cockrell with a .286 batting average so far this season with the Braves. He's appeared in 6 games. He's got 2 RBIs. He'll take a fastball for strike 1 in the low inside corner. Gabriel Gutierrez still out on the mound for the Lumberjacks. The 0-1 slider catches the outside corner for strike 2. Gutierrez has got himself ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Dickinson getting a lead off second, being held close by second baseman Quentin Jenkins. The 0-2 curveball right there for strike 3. LT Cockrell has sat down on 3 pitches, looking at all 3.
Brings up the first baseman, number 35, Noah Canterbury.
So that'll bring up first baseman Noah Canterbury with Dickinson on second and 2 down. He takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Canterbury batting .256 this season for the Braves as he takes the second pitch for ball 2. He's got 6 RBIs, a double, a triple, and 43 at-bats. 2 balls, no strikes now to the Braves cleanup hitters. That ball is walloped into right field. Look, Shanar Brown is camped under it for the 3rd out, but not before the Braves plate 3 more runs and extend their lead to 5-0. We go into the top of the 3rd. Again, Braves lead it here, 5-0. So Nick Pass will get us leaded off here in the top of the 3rd for the Lumberjacks, as Eli Lamb still out there on the mound for the Braves. 1-0 the count to Pass. That ball is chopped foul right at the plate for strike 1. The 1-1 spiked in the dirt for ball 2. Good block from Cockrell. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That ball is flown into left field. Gage Bybee camped under it for the 1st out of the 3rd inning.
The left fielder, number 26, Spencer Williams.
So that'll bring up Spencer Williams, the left fielder tonight for the Lumberjacks. He'll step into the box with nobody on, a 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. He'll take the first pitch he sees. A curveball drops in the zone for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, the count. Here's the pitch. So waving a miss at that one for strike 2. So Eli Lamb ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes to the Lumberjacks 9-0 hitter. Spencer Williams out of Carson Newman College from Seymour, Tennessee. He's got himself an 0-2 count as he lines that one right back up the middle for a single. So good 2-strike hitting there from Spencer Williams as he's on with a 1-out single. as we go back to the top of the order for the Lumberjacks with Isaiah Landry stepping into the box now for the second time tonight. And it looks like head coach Brady Bogart's going to go out. We're going to have ourselves a pitching change here. Eli Lamb was the opener tonight. And Eli Lamb's day is done after 2 1/3 innings. So he goes through the lineup once. We are going to a new pitcher. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, runner on first base, one out here in the top of the third. Braves lead it 5-0. So now pitching for the Braves out of the University of Florida is Hunter Jones. So Hunter Jones doing the pitching now for the Braves. Eli Lamb's night has come to a close. It's the first pitch from Jones is off the glove of Cockrell for ball one. Eli Lamb's day comes to a close. 2 1/3 inning pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 hits. He is responsible for the runner over at first base, but he gave up no runs in his appearance as that ball is grounded to the second baseman, Tim Dickinson. He'll throw it to Lester. 4-6-3 double play. And Hunter Jones with 2 pitches, 2 outs. So quick work for Hunter Jones in his Staunton Braves debut as we go now into the bottom half of the third inning. Braves lead at 5-0. So as we get things started off now in the bottom half of the third with Cameron Cole, we like to thank tonight's game sponsors, Charity Cox Realty, Wright's Way Hyundai, and Cadence. So thank you for tonight's game sponsors. As Cameron Cole now steps into the box in the bottom of the third. Got a single in his last at bat. He squares around a bunt, and the pitch is behind him for ball one. I think Nick Pass might have told Gabriel Gutierrez to hit the ball with that pitch. It's count now 0-1 to the Braves' third baseman. The 1-0 misses in the dirt outside for ball two. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Make it 3 balls, no strikes after that fastball misses outside. Cameron Cole with a single and an RBI in his last at-bat. He was cut short of a second one after a nice relay play by the Lumberjacks. Cut L.T. Cockrell down at the plate. As Cameron Cole is now on with a leadoff 4-pitch walk. As now Zach Horn will step into the left-handed batter's box now for the Braves. Left-handed hitter out of JMU. Runner on first base, nobody out here in the bottom of the third after the leadoff walk by Cameron Cole. First pitch taken for strike one. The 0-1 delivery. That ball grounded to the right side. That'll get through the hole into right field. His runners are now at first and second with nobody out after the single off the bat of Zach Horn.
Brings up the right fielder, number 41, A.J. Winrich.
So that'll bring up A.J. Wenrich now. He singled in his last at-bat. He'll step into the box with runners on first and second, nobody out. He'll square around, pull it back as that ball misses high for ball one. So we got a little bit of a zoom-in action now, a little bit up close and personal on the video feed. 1 ball, no strikes to Wenrich. He squares around again. This time he gets it down the third baseline, and Gregory Mello plays the right decision and lets that ball trickle foul. So a decent bunt from Wenrich, but unfortunately, due to the way that the grass must be down that third baseline, it trickled foul. So the count runs now 1 ball, 1 strike. Can't imagine things are going to change too much here with Wenrich squaring around. Squares around again, pulls back as that pitch is in the dirt for ball two. So we're trying to get this camera situated so that way that sun's out of the glare for you. The count now is 2 balls, 1 strike to the Braves right fielder. He squares around. And he pulled it back in time as that pitch hit him. As Wenrich is now on with a hit by pitch, and that loads the bases for Brett Walmsley. So it looks like the umpires are now going to talk about if Wenrich pulled back on that bunt. The first base umpire said he did. So the bases are now loaded and nobody out for designated hitter Brett Walmsley. Walmsley, when he's not DHing, catches for the Braves. Tonight getting the day off behind the plate is Cockrell's doing the catching as he lines that one into left field for a base hit. That'll score at least 1. Zach Horn being held up at third. The Braves plate another run. That makes it 6-0, and the Braves go station to station on the bases loaded single as they extend their lead to 6-0.
Brings up the left fielder, number 27, Gage Bybee.
So that'll bring up Gage Bybee, left fielder, again with the bases loaded and still nobody out. The pitch. Off speed, driven high and deep into center field. Pushing Landry back. He's up against the wall. He'll look at it, go to the trees. It's a grand slam for Gage Bybee.
A grand slam for Gage Bybee.
So Gage Bybee clears the bases for the Braves in the third, and Gabriel Gutierrez's day will come to a close. We got ourselves a pitching change here in the bottom of the third. We'll be back after the warm-ups. Braves lead it 10-0. So doing the pitching now for the Lumberjacks is the left-hander John Vasquez. As he'll now toe the rubber with nobody on and nobody out after the bases clearing grand slam off the bat of Gage Bybee.
And at the plate for Staunton is the shortstop, Jacob Lester.
So Jacob Lester will step into the box now with a 1-0 count following pitch in the dirt. 1-0 is smashed out into deep right center. And that ball will get off the wall. So Lester cruises into second base standing with a double. Break out the Macy's balloons. We got ourselves a hit parade here at John Moxley Stadium.
Brings up the second base, number 34,
as that'll bring up second baseman Tim Dickinson. So Dickinson steps into the box now with a runner on second and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Is the pitch from the sidearm throwing lefty, misses outside for ball one. Left on left matchup. Tim Dickinson in left-handed batter's box. I can imagine Dickinson sees this quite often. A little bit of a submarine sidearm action from John Vasquez. As the second pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. So 1-1 now the count to Dickinson. Lester on second base following the no-out double. And Dickinson will tip that pitch into the mid of Nick Pass for strike two. And John Vasquez is ahead in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vasquez comes set. Takes a peek back at Lester at second. The 1-2 is an absolutely wicked slider that gets Dickinson swinging for strike 3. So the first out of the inning comes on the 7th batter of the inning. So that'll bring up LT Cockrell now with 1 out and a runner on second. I mean, that last pitch, that was a frisbee out of the hand of John Vasquez. Excellent 2-strike pitch as LT Cockrell will step into the box and foul the first pitch. He sees off for strike one. Those all sidearm submarine guys just have absolutely wicked off-speed stuff typically. Especially the horizontal moving stuff like the slider and your slurve. As LT Cockrell flies that one into deep right field. That'll get down into the corner by the foul pole. And LT Cockrell and Jacob Lasser are going to switch spots. But now Cockrell slides in safely at third with a one-out RBI triple.
Brings up the first baseman, number 35, Noah Canterbury.
So that'll bring up Noah Canterbury now with one out and a runner on third. As the Braves are really swinging the bat here tonight. Another left-on-left matchup. The first pitch to Canterbury in there for strike one. So the ninth batter to step into the box now for the Braves. Oh, 1 the count. That pitch misses outside for ball one. LT Cockrell standing on third after the one-out RBI triple. $11-0 Braves lead it here in the bottom of the third. And Canterbury will take that pitch in the dirt for ball two. So 2 balls, 1 strike to the Braves cleanup hitter. Make it 3 balls, 1 strike after that pitch misses outside. So 3-1 now the count to the Braves cleanup hitter Noah Canterbury as he drives that pitch right at the first baseman Jorge Santana. He'll take it over the bag himself for out number 2, but the run does score. So a fielder's choice for Noah Canterbury is now the batter that led off the inning. Cameron Cole steps back into the box for the second time here in the bottom of the third. Cameron Cole in his first at bat, the start of the third inning, walked. A little 4-pitch walk, got the things going for the Braves. He'll step in now and with 2 outs and nobody on. No balls, 1 strike now to Cameron Cole. 1 ball, 1 strike after that fastball misses outside. A 1-1 is lying down the right field line, but caught by Jorge Santana to end the third inning. But it was a big one for the Braves. They played it across 7 here, and they now lead it 12-0. So leading things off now for the Lumberjacks is shortstop Brennan Wright, and he takes the first pitch he sees and flies it out in the left field. Gage Bybee under it. He makes the grab for out number one. So Hunter Jones, after coming in for Eli Lamb, has thrown 3 pitches so far in his Braves career. A strike to Isaiah Landry, and then a double play ball, and then that fly out right there. So 3 pitches, 3 outs so far. As the first pitch to Gregory Mello misses outside for ball 1. As that pitch misses low, a check over to first base. First base umpire says no, he didn't swing. As the count runs now 2 balls, no strikes to Gregory Mello. He'll line that one over the outstretched glove of Noah Canterbury down the right field line, and he slips around going first base, and he's going to be held. So looks like the sniper might have gotten Gregory Mello as he was rounding first base. He would have slid into second easily with a double had he not slipped and fell. But he's on with a single.
The right fielder, Chainart Brown.
So Chainart Brown will now step into the box after the 1-out single from Mello. And he takes that pitch for strike 1. One out, runner on first. That pitch misses low in the dirt. That'll even up the count now. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 fouled into the backstop for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Chainart Brown. As that pitch misses in the dirt, good block by LT Cockrell. Keeps Mello over at first base. So that evens up the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Chainart Brown. Here's the pitch, and he'll foul that one back, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Scorekeeper's got 2-2. I mean, 1-2. I got 2-2. We'll figure it out here in a minute. Hunter Jones shakes the first 2 off. He's got his pitch on the third one. That ball is grounded to shortstop Jacob Lester. He'll go on to second, to first. Got him for the double play. So a 6-4-3 double play closes out the 4th inning. The top of the 4th inning for the Braves. As we go into the bottom of the 4th, Braves lead it 12-0. Leading things off for the Braves in the bottom of the fourth is Zach Horn, as he tips the first pitch he sees for strike one. The 0-1 off-speed pitch, kind of off the hands, right back at pitcher John Vasquez, and he'll throw it on to first for out number one. So that'll bring up right fielder A.J. Wenrich.
Brings up the right fielder, number 41, A.J. Winrich.
Really nice crowd on hand here tonight at John Moxey Stadium, as Wenrich takes the first pitch he sees for a ball. Fans lined down the third base line in their lawn chairs and all up the bleachers down the third and first base lines. The area behind home plate really full. Really nice crowd on hand tonight. As the 1-1 is chopped over to third base, Gregory Mello makes a nice throw over to first base for out number two. So nice play by Gregory Mello. Feel that ball and throw it on the run to get Wenrich for out number two. So that'll bring up Brett Wamsley with 2 outs and nobody on. From the bottom of the fourth here at John Moxey Stadium. Big 7-run third inning for the Braves has got the score now 12-0. As that pitch is in there for a strike to Brett Wamsley to even up the count 1-1. Big grand slam off the bat of Gage Bybee in the third inning, as he waits on deck, and that ball is grounded just foul. Only about a couple inches or so to the right of the first base bag. So Wamsley will step back into the box now with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Vasquez comes set. The 1-2. Misses high. Is that evens up the count now? 2 balls, 2 strikes. No action going in the Braves bullpen. No action going in the Lumberjacks bullpen. The 2-2 misses up and away for ball 3. So full count, 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth, as Brett Wamsley is looking to keep this inning going. The 3-2. Line down the first baseline, but foul. Wamsley did everything he could to get his bat on that ball, as he grounded it foul down the first baseline. We'll do 3-2 again. The pitch from Vasquez is grounded up the middle, fielded by shortstop Brendan Wright over to first base for out number 3. So the Braves go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the fourth, but they still lead it here in Staunton, Virginia, 12-0. So as we get things started off here in the top of the fifth inning, we'd like again to thank tonight's game sponsors, Charity Cox Realty, Wright's Way Hyundai, and Cadence. As the first pitch to Caleb Henry is low for ball one. So thank you for tonight's sponsors for sponsoring tonight's game. As the 1-0 is taken up and in for ball two. So 2 balls, no strikes. 2 balls, 1 strike after the big wave and a miss from Henry for strike one. Hunter Jones still on the mound for the Braves. The 2-1. Foul off and over toward the football field for strike two. Hunter Jones out of the University of Florida is obviously not with the team in Omaha right now, as he is looking to, is that 2-2 miss is just inside for ball three. So he did not travel with the team to Omaha, so he joins us here in Staunton for the rest of the summer. The 3-2 miss is inside for ball four. And Caleb Henry is on with a leadoff walk.
Brings up the second baseman, number 8, Quentin Jenkins.
So that'll bring up Quentin Jenkins now with a runner on first and nobody out, following the leadoff walk by Caleb Henry. So that ball is lofted into shallow center field. Tim Dickinson calling for it. He'll make the grab for out number one. So another 1 pitch out for Hunter Jones, as Jorge Santana III will step into the box now for the Lumberjacks with a runner on first base and 1 out. As he fouls the first pitch back into the screen for strike one. No balls, 1 strike to Santana III. And he'll take an off-speed pitch low and away for ball one. "12-0 Braves lead it here in the top of the fifth. As that off-speed pitch definitely gets his own for strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Jorge Santana III. The 1-2 misses up and in, a little bit of chin music. Is that'll even up the count now? 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner still on first, 1 out here in the top of the fifth. 2-2 count. The pitch from Jones misses in the dirt, blocked by LT Cockrell for ball 3. So LT Cockrell doing a good job of being a wall back there so far tonight, as the count runs now full with 1 out in the top of the fifth. Tipped, and LT Cockrell could not hold on, so we'll do it again. That ball tipped right in the middle of LT Cockrell, but he couldn't squeeze it. Showed a little bit of frustration by pounding his glove. As we'll do it again at 3-2. The pitch. That ball is smacked into right center field. A.J. Wenrich chasing it back, and he makes the grab. A nice little backhanded grab out there in right field by A.J. Wenrich. Brings us the second out of the inning.
With 2 away, brings up the catcher, number 21, Nick Pass.
Looked like he might have lost that one for a second as he was chasing it back toward the right center field part of the fence over by the Bright Bus ad. As that brings up Nick Pass, who grounds to third baseman Cameron Cole with a nice pick on one end, and we can't pick it on the other. As that ball will get into the Lumberjacks bullpen and out of play. So it looks like Nick Pass will be awarded second base after the ball goes out of play, and Caleb Henry will be forced back to third. So a nice pick by Cameron Cole on one end, and then a low throw to the first baseman, Noah Canterbury, and Canterbury couldn't pick it out of the dirt. So that puts runners now on second and third for the 9-hole hitter, Spencer Williams. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. As that ball is lofted into left field, should be no problem for Gage Bybee. He's camped under it, and he makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So going into the bottom of the 5th, 2 runners left on, 1 walk. Braves lead it 12-0. So as we get things started in the bottom half of the 5th, Gage Bybee will step into the box now. Had a pretty good at-bat in his at-bat back in the 3rd inning. Hit a grand slam. As he grounds the first pitch he sees to shortstop Brennan Wright. He makes a throw over to Jorge Santana at first base, and he makes a nice pick for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th for John Vasquez as we flip our scorebooks back to the top of the order with Jacob Lester now hitting with 1 out, nobody on here. As he grounds first pitch he sees down the left field line, foul for strike 1. Bottom of the 5th, Braves lead it 12-0 here. 1 out, nobody on, no balls, 1 strike the count. There's another foul ball as line, this time down the right field line for strike 2. Jacob Lester, 2 for 3 so far tonight with a single and a double. The 0-2 misses way inside for ball 1. As Lester had to dance out of the way of that one. One ball, 2 strikes, the pitch as that ball is fouled over toward the football field, and we'll do it again. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, still to Jacob Lester. As that ball is grounded to shortstop Brennan Wright again. He'll make the throw over to first base. 4 out, number 2. Like Lester tried to do a little bit of convincing of the umpire by throwing his hand safe when he stepped on the bag. That throw beat him in plenty of time. Umpire was not fooled down at first base. But Tim Dickinson will step into the box now with nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Dickinson is in the dirt for ball 1. Dickinson has 3 at-bats, 3 plate appearances so far tonight, only 2 at-bats. He's walked, hit a double, and struck out so far tonight. So he takes a second pitch of the at-bat in the dirt for ball 2. Beautiful and crowded night tonight here at John Moxey Stadium. Really nice crowd on hand as they had a pregame concert. Again, Braves doing pregame concerts every Friday and Saturday night before the games. As the count runs now 3 balls, no strikes to Tim Dickinson. The 3-0. Squared around, pulls back, but it catches his own for strike 1. The 3-0 hits Dickinson in the upper part of the arm. And the 2-out hit by pitch will put Dickinson on first base and bring LT Cockrell to the dish.
Brings up the catcher, number 12, LT Cockrell.
So LT Cockrell will step into the box now with the runner on first. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th following Tim Dickinson getting hit by the pitch. First pitch to Cockrell. Lined in a center field right at Isaiah Landry, and he's on to make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no walks, 1 runner left on base as we conclude 5 here at John Moxey Stadium. Braves lead it 12-0. So as we get ready to get things started here in the top of the 6th, if your group is interested in providing a post-game meal for the Braves, please come to the concession stand and see Miss Joyce. Also, the Staunton Braves are still looking for some host families to house some of the Braves players. If you are interested, please see a Staunton Braves staff member. And again, thank you to tonight's game sponsors, Charity Cox Realty, Wrights Way Hyundai, and Cadence. Hunter Jones still on the mound for the Braves as we get things going here in the top of the 6th. The next home game here at John Moxey Stadium is tomorrow. So if you're interested in getting some free tickets, you can get those at Valley Trust Insurance and Augusta Chamber of Commerce and Domino's Pizza. So go ahead and get your free game tickets at those 3 organizations as they are tomorrow night's game sponsors. Tomorrow will be a good night to spend at the ballpark. Father's Day, 7:30 start. As Isaiah Landry, the leadoff hitter for the Lumberjacks, steps in the box now and takes the first pitch for ball 1. The 1-0 swung at and tipped off the mid of LT Cockrell for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to the Lumberjacks leadoff hitter, who's 0 for 2 so far tonight, with a strikeout and a ground out into a double play. He takes that off-speed pitch up for ball 2. That runs the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. The The 2-1. Fouled straight up and over the press box for a strike 2. So that evens up the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Hunter Jones is still looking for his first strikeout as a Brave, as that one is checked fouled over right at the Lumberjacks dugout. So we'll do it again at 2-2 following the foul ball. Hunter Jones comes set, the windup, and the pitch. As that ball is lofted into left field, Gage Bybee camped under it for out number 1. So that'll bring up Brennan Wright now, 2-hole hitter and shortstop tonight for the Lumberjacks. He's flown out to left and singled in his 2 at-bats so far tonight. The first pitch, fastball just misses outside for ball 1. I apologize. It is not Brendan Wright in the box now.
Your attention, please.
It is a pinch hitter.
Brian Mello.
So that is Brian Mello. I'm assuming brother of Gregory Mello. He'll take a swing and a miss at the 2-0 pitch for strike 1. The 2-1 misses inside for ball 3. So 3-1 now the count to Brian Mello. That fastball is in there at the knees for strike 2, sorry. The count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 popped foul over toward the beer garden. We're going to do it at 3-2 again. The windup and the pitch. Swung at and miss for strike 3. Hunter Jones has got his first strikeout as a Brave, and it is out number 2 here in the top half of the 6th.
Brings up the third baseman, number 23, Gregory Mello.
So that'll bring up Gregory Mello now after Brian Mello just pinched hit for Brennan Wright. And Gregory Mello will line that one into center field for a 2-out single. So Gregory Mello's got himself a 2-hit day, 2 singles and a strikeout to his name. As Chaynard Brown will now step into the box, who's 0 for 2 tonight, with a strikeout and a ground out to a double play. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. His first pitch to Brown misses outside for ball 1, and it looks like LT Cockrell. So to go out and have a conversation with Hunter Jones, as there might have been a little bit of a cross-up. Braves lead it 12-0 off the back of a big 7-run third inning. Grand slam off the bat of Gage Bybee in that inning, and plenty of RBI singles to go around for everybody. As the count now is 1 ball, no strikes to Chaynard Brown, as LT Cockrell will come back to the plate and get down in his squat as we get rolling back again after the mound visit. The 1-0 is popped up into shallow center field. A little bit of trouble with the lights, but Zach Horn is on to make the grab. 1 hit, no walks, 1 runner left on base here in the top of the 6th. Braves lead it 12-0.
Leading things off, the first baseman, Noah Canterbury.
So Noah Canterbury will step into the box now for the Braves. His first pitch he sees is outside for ball one. The 1-0 popped foul. Count now, 1 ball, 1 strike to Canterbury, and he'll take the third pitch outside for ball 2. The 2-1 outside, ball 3. As John Vasquez is still on the mound for the Lumberjacks. Interesting sidearm submarine style lefty as he pitches to the left-handed hitting Canterbury. As that pitch catches the low inside corner for strike 2. The count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 popped up. We'll get out of play over toward the patio area. And we'll do 3-2 again. So the Mello brothers on the left side of the infield now for the Lumberjacks after Brian Mello pinched hit for shortstop Brennan Wright. The 3-2. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. And Nick Pass will throw it around.
Brings up the third baseman, number 28, Cameron Cole.
So Noah Canterbury goes down looking for the first out of the inning, as that'll bring up Cameron Cole. So it looks like there's a defensive change made now for the Lumberjacks. As Chaynar Brown will come out of the game.
Your attention, please, now in right field for the Lumberjacks. Number 9, Caleb Henry.
Caleb Henry will now man down right field for the Lumberjacks. First pitch to Cameron Cole is popped foul for strike 1. The 0-1 tipped into the mid of Nick Pass for strike 2. As the Lumberjacks now lose the DH with Henry going into right field. Henry was DHing, now he's in right field. Chaynar Brown comes out. Ball grounded toward the right side, but foul. And we'll do an 0-2 count again. No balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out. Braves lead at 12-0, and a swing and a miss from Cameron Cole as he goes down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts here for John Vasquez. Will bring up center fielder Zach Horn.
The center fielder, Zach Horn.
First pitch to Horn misses low for ball 1. The 1-0 misses low and outside again for ball 2. As Zach Horn is ahead in the count. No, 2 balls and no strikes. Horn's got himself a 1-for-3 day with a single and 2 groundouts. As he sees himself now in a 3-ball no strike count. Can't imagine the bat coming off his shoulders here. The 3-0 swung at down the left field line, but foul. So that'll bring the count now to 3 balls and 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a swing and a miss from Zach Horn. Brings the count full. So John Vasquez, after falling behind in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. Battles back with Zach Horn. 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on, and that pitch hits Zach Horn. So Zach Horn is on with a hit by pitch, as that'll bring up A.J. Wenrich. So A.J. Wenrich will step into the box now with a runner on first base and 2 outs. As he takes a wave and a miss at the first pitch he sees for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. So the Braves right fielder. Second pitch of the at-bat, fastball misses outside for ball 1. Wenrich, 1 for 2 today with a hit by pitch, a single, and 2 runs scored. So he takes another wave and a miss at that fastball. As the count runs now 1 ball, 2 strikes. So after 3 big innings from the Braves defense, as the 1-2 pitch is fouled back, we'll stay at 1-2. After the big first 3 innings from the Braves, they've only gotten 2 base runners on so far since the 3rd inning. So John Vasquez doing a good job of holding these Braves hitters, as the off-speed pitch misses up high for a ball 2. The 2-2 is popped foul. We'll do 2 balls, 2 strikes again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Runner on first for Wenrich as that pitch is in the dirt for ball 3. So with the full count and 2 outs, Zach Horn's going to get a head start over at first base. As Vasquez gets his pitch and comes set. The pitch, as that ball is hit high and fairly deep out in the center field, but Isaiah Landry camped under it for out number 3. Braves looking to close this one out here in the 7th by run rule. At the end of 6, Braves lead it 12-0.
The new right fielder and formerly the DH, Caleb Henry.
So leading things off is Caleb Henry, who started the game as the DH for the Lumberjacks. He's now in right field. And Hunter Jones's day comes to a close after 3 2/3 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, 2 hits, and no runs. So a fantastic Braves debut for Hunter Jones. As it looks like now Sam Bell will toe the rubber for the Braves, looking to get the close in the 7th by 10-run rule. As the 1-0 pitch is fouled over by the Lumberjacks bullpen to even up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. So Caleb Henry, the 5-hole hitter, again started the game at DH, but came into right field defensively in the bottom of the 6th. That curveball misses up high for ball 3. And Henry's got himself in a hitter's count. 3 balls and 1 strike. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out and a walk. The 3-1 popped straight up into the infield. Cameron Cole backing up. Shortstop Jacob Lester over. Jacob Lester makes the grab. So a pop out to the shortstop, even though that ball, if it had hit the dirt, only would have hit only about 5 feet to the right of the third base bag. Gets us the first out of the 7th inning. So nice play by Jacob Lester to back up his guy, Cameron Cole. On a tough pop-up right at him. And Quentin Jenkins will step into the box and take the first pitch he sees for strike 1. The 0-1 misses low, as that brings the count now to 1 ball and 1 strike. Quentin Jones 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a pop out to the second baseman. The 1-1. Curveball misses just inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike to the Lumberjacks second baseman. The 2-1 lofted in a left center field. Charging in is Gage Bybee, but that ball will get down and get some grass for a 1-out base hit. So a soft bloop single puts a runner on first base for Jorge Santana the third. So he'll step into the box with a runner on first and 1 out in the top of the 7th. That fastball misses just outside for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery from Bell, swung at and missed for strike 1. The 1-1 curveball drops in the zone for strike 2. And Sam Bell is ahead in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bell checks Jenkins over at first. He comes set. The pitch misses just high for ball 2. LT Cockrell liked the pitch, liked the spot. The 2-2 delivery from Bell. Curveball fouled off. And Jorge Santana stays alive. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, runner on first in the top of the 7th. The pitch tipped foul off the mid of Cockrell. And we'll do a 2-2 count again. Braves looking to close it out here by way of 10-run rule in the 7th inning, as they lead it 12-0. 2-2 count, 1 out, runner on first. The pitch from Bell is grounded to the left side, fielded by shortstop Jacob Lester, but he bobbles it. So first and second, one out now, as catcher Nick Pass will step into the box.
The catcher, number 21, Nick Pass.
So an error by Lester puts runners on first and second with one out now for the Lumberjacks backstop. Nick Pass, as that off-speed pitch is in the zone for strike one. The 0-1 popped foul back toward the football field, and Sam Bell is ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Bell shakes off the first sign, agrees to the second one, and comes set. The 0-2. This time is called by the umpire. Not sure if that one got the hand or the bat. Looked like Nick Pass was showing the umpire where it got him. It is now the umpires will come together and discuss whether or not that hit passed in the hand or if it hit the knob of his bat. Nick Pass certainly reacted like it hit him and showed the home plate umpire where he thinks it hit him. As the umpires will come together now. LT Cockrell and Nick Pass will talk about it for a little bit here. Umpires still talking about it. So a foul ball is called. So we'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes, as the umpires agree that that pitch came off the bat of Nick Pass instead of the hand. So we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Lumberjacks. Braves lead at 12-0 here in the top of the 7th. And a big swing and a miss on a changeup by Nick Pass. Gets the Braves a second out of the inning. Good changeup there from Sam Bell. Really fell off the table right in front of Nick Pass. As Nick Pass is down swinging for out number 2. As that'll bring Spencer Williams to the dish now for the Lumberjacks. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. He'll take a swing and a miss out of slider outside for strike 1. So it looks like there's now a pinch hitter. It looks like Hill will step into the box now for the Lumberjacks. As that curveball drops in the zone for strike 2, and the Braves are 1 out away from clinching a victory here this Saturday night. 0-2, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Sam Bell comes set, the pitch. That ball grounded to the right side and through the hole. That ball fielded by Wenrich. And Quentin Jenkins will come around to score. So everybody trades places on that 0-2 single from Bell.
Back to the top of the order.
Or from Hill,
The
rather.
center fielder, Isaiah Landry.
As the score is now 12-1 Braves. Runners on first and second as we flip the lineups back over to the top of the order with Isaiah Landry now hitting for the Lumberjacks. First and second, still 2 outs. As that pitch is lined back up the middle, Zach Horn will let it take a bounce. And Jorge Santana will stay put over at third. So bases are loaded now. Here for Brian Mello, who struck out in his last at-bat. Came in a pinch hit for Brennan Wright in the top of the 6th. As it looks like pitching coach Mark DeGiuseppe is going to go out and have a conversation with Sam Bell. So Brian Mello steps into the box now, not to be confused with Gregory Mello. Gregory Mello is on deck for the Lumberjacks, but Brian Mello is in the left-handed batter's box now for Covington. He takes the first pitch he sees for ball one. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. The pitch from Bell. Catches the outside corner for strike one. As that evens up the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery from Bell is swung at and missed for strike 2. The Braves are now 1 strike away. One ball, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. 12-1 your score here in the top of the 7th. The pitch from Bell in the dirt. Did he go? No, he did not. So that evens up the count now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Staunton faithful did not necessarily agree with the call. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Brian Mello. He's trying to extend this game with a base hit. The 2-2. Just misses up and outside for ball 3. So 3-2. The count, 2 outs. All 3 runners will get a head start here. Sam Bell comes set. The 3-2 in the dirt. Did not go. Ball 4. And a bases loaded walk will bring across the 2nd run of the inning for the Lumberjacks.
The third baseman, Gregory Mello.
So that'll bring up Gregory Mello, the 3rd baseman. He steps in the box now with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and a chance to extend this game if they can get a run scored. Gregory Mello, the 8th batter of this top half of the 7th. Trying to keep this game going if they can score a run. That ball is popped foul toward the football field for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Curveball catches the inside corner for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. The pitch from Bell fouled off. Gregory Mello fought that pitch off the hands. So he stays alive in this at-bat with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Sam Bell comes set. The pitch. And it gets him on the wrist. So a 3rd run will come across. And we will have an 8th inning here at Moxie Stadium tonight. Not necessarily, not yet, but we will see the bottom of the 7th.
Stepping in and hitting for Covington. Pinch hitting from Emporia State University, number 44, Jared Hinchek.
So pinch hitting now in the top of the 7th is Jared Hinchek. So first pitch he sees is taken for ball 1. So now that the Braves lead is only 9 runs, we will see a bottom half of the 7th here at Moxie Stadium tonight. 1-0 is fouled for strike 1. 1-1. It's chopped off the plate. Catcher LT Cockrell will field it and make the throw over to first for the third out of the top of the 7th. But not before the Lumberjacks get 3. Braves looking to score 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th to end it with a 10-run rule. Braves lead it 12-3. So as we get things kicked off here in the bottom of the 7th, Brett Walmsley will lead it off for the Braves as he takes the first pitch. Up and in, around the chin for ball 1. Doing the pitching now for the Lumberjacks is Jared Hinchek. As the second pitch of the at-bat is waved and missed at by Walmsley to bring the count 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 to Walmsley. Line down the right field line, but just foul. Missed it by that much. So that'll bring the count now to 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Jared Hinchek is doing the pitching now for the Lumberjacks, and a swing and a miss by Walmsley, and he is down on strikes for the first out of the bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Gage Bybee, left fielder tonight for the Braves. Had the big grand slam in the 3rd inning that blew this game open. He steps into the box now with nobody on and 1 out. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0 in the zone for strike 1. Good curveball there from Hinchek. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. Big swing and a miss. That fastball up and out of the zone for strike 2. As the count now runs 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 in the dirt to even up the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Braves lead it 12-3. As third base umpire says that ball's foul. So it was off the foot of Gage Bybee. So we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 delivery from Hinchak is tipped into the mid of Nick Pass for out number 2. So back-to-back Ks for Jared Hinchak. As we flip the lineups back over to the top with Jacob Lester. One-0 now the count to Jacob Lester. He steps into the box with nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. So he takes that pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Braves only need 1 to end it by 10-run rule here in the 7th inning. Two 2-0 the count to Jacob Lester. So 3-0 now the count to Jacob Lester. 2 outs, nobody on. And ball 4 misses low and away. So Jacob Lester's on with a 2-out walk as Tim Dickinson will step into the box.
Brings up the second baseman, number 34, Tim Dickinson.
First pitch to Dickinson is grounded foul down the right field line. So no balls, 1 strike, the count to Tim Dickinson. As that pitch is in the dirt and hits Tim Dickinson, and he is on with his second hit by pitch of the night. So first and second, 2 outs now for LT Cockrell.
Brings up the catcher, number 12, LT Cockrell.
First and second, 2 outs to the Braves backstop. The first pitch is chopped foul over toward the Braves dugout for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Cockrell. The pitch gets him on the helmet. That's back-to-back hit by pitches by Jared Hinchak, and the bases are now loaded for Noah Canterbury. It's a good thing LT Cockrell is all right. As that pitch got him in the helmet, but he's all right as he takes his walk down to first base after the hit by pitch. So bases are juiced now here for Noah Canterbury, the Braves cleanup hitter and first baseman tonight. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Braves lead at 12-3. As that fastball misses high for ball 1. The 1-0 to Canterbury in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-0 now the count to Canterbury, who is bases loaded, 2-0, 2 outs. The 2-0 misses outside for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes now to Noah Canterbury. And Jared Hinchak has got to put one in the zone here. Bases loaded, 3-0 count. The pitch from Hinchak gets the inside part of the zone for strike 1. So the count now, 3 balls, 1 strike to Noah Canterbury. As Hinchak comes set. The 3-1. Line in the right field, and that'll do it. A walk-off knock for Noah Canterbury sends us home packing by way of 10-run rule. So the Braves win this one. They take it in the bottom of the 7th. They get an RBI off the bat of Noah Canterbury, as that is the 10th run, and that'll do the 10-run rule. I'd like to again thank tonight's game sponsors, Charity Cox Realty, Wright's Way Hyundai, and Cadence. Again, for tomorrow night's game, the next home game is tomorrow night, Sunday, June 16th, versus local rival Harrisonburg Turks. That game is sponsored by Valley Trust Insurance, Augusta Chamber of Commerce, and Domino's Pizza. So if you want to get some free tickets for tomorrow night's game on Father's Day, make sure you go to Valley Trust Insurance, Augusta Chamber of Commerce, and Domino's Pizza. Braves win it 13-3. They walloped them in the first 3 innings, scoring 12 runs in the first 3. And the next one didn't come around till the 7th. But the Braves win it here 13-3. Thank you to tonight's group for sponsoring the post-game meal for the players. If you're interested in doing that, go see Miss Joyce at the concession stand. Tonight's group feeding the Braves is Calvary Baptist Church. So thank you to that group for feeding our players tonight. Again, at the end of 7 here tonight in John Moxey Stadium, the Braves win it 13-3. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7:30 when the Braves take on the Harrisonburg Turks.